Okay, so do you find yourself sitting alone at home a lot, contemplating leaving the house, overthinking it all, worrying about what you're going to wear or where you're going to go? So I used to do this all the time. I was just really in my head about it. If you can be brave enough to put 2 feet out your front door, then you're already halfway there. Because it's the overthinking that is the most painful part. It's the anticipation. Overthinking things is usually what takes the fun out of things. Hello beautiful people, welcome to this video. I'm Alessa if you don't know me. Welcome back for those of you who do know me. Today we're going to be talking about going out alone in public. I'm going to give you some tips that you can refer back to that will make you feel strong and independent and confident, and hopefully this will help you make more of your solo experiences. I just want you to be a happy little independent being. I don't want you to be worrying home alone waiting for someone to go out with you. It's the worst thing, isn't it, being trapped at home? And also, going out alone can be such a pleasurable experience, and I've really made the most of that recently, and I certainly struggled in the past, so just want to pass on what I've learned to you lovely people. I don't know about you, but I love to listen to music when I'm walking. I was out in public on my own, I was going for a walk in the park, and I was listening to really fast-paced, quite poppy music quite loudly. And I think it just made me feel like I was just experiencing sensory overload. I just felt overwhelmed and worn out and really sensitive to just everything, which I think is quite understandable. I think we forget how important the music we listen to is in shaping the world that we are perceiving around us. So if we are listening to really intense, fast-paced music, I think the world feels quite intense and quite fast-paced and quite hard to process and handle. I think we can use music to our advantage and select a song that's going to help us kind of paint our reality in the way we want it to unfold. So for me, the feeling that I want to experience when I'm out in public on my own, out for a walk, is peace. I want to feel peaceful. So I've started listening to music when I'm out alone that will match how I want to feel. So if I want to feel peaceful, I'll listen to peaceful music, and it does wonders for me actually. I feel like my whole body kind of like listens to the music and understands it, and I kind of mimic the music. So I walk slower and I observe my surroundings more. I really appreciate my surroundings, and I think I make more of an effort to interact with people and smile at people when I'm listening to music that makes me feel at ease. Our emotions are really influenced by our environment. Also, what we're hearing, the sounds and music. So you can use music to alter your experience. Our intentions, your intentions, my intentions, our intentions when we go out alone are really important. It's really important to set the intention and remind yourself of what your intention is. So my intention is usually to connect with nature or to feel really present in the moment. It's not about impressing other people or meeting other people. It's not about other people at all. It's all about feeling good in my body and feeling connected to like the elements. So setting that intention really helps guide me. If I veer off track a moment and I think, oh, that person's judging me because I'm out alone, I will think, I'm not here to look cool for other people or to impress men or women or people. My intention is to feel really present, surrounded by Mother Nature. In fact, my biggest priority right now is to observe the colour of the trees, not what people are thinking about me. Also, where are you going out alone? Do you go to coffee shops? Do you go into town for a walk? Maybe you're someone who feels really anxious quite easily, like me. Maybe going to quieter places, if you can, is better for you. I prefer, when I've had an intense day or when I just want to go out and feel calm, to go somewhere with less humans and more nature. I find if I do the same walk over and over again, I will be less aware of my environment because I just get bored, after a while. If you've done the same walk, you're less attentive to what's going on, and you're not admiring things as much, and you're not experiencing gratitude as much because you're not kind of looking around you. So maybe changing up your walks and walking somewhere new and discovering a new area is a really good way to kind of enjoy the walk more and be more present and therefore more grateful. And I think when we feel grateful on walks, when we're out alone, that helps kind of counteract the feelings of anxiety and overthinking things. It's hard to overthink things. In fact, it's impossible to overthink things when you're present in the moment. If you're looking at that tree in front of you and admiring how it looks and feeling the sun on your face, you're not worrying about people judging you. You're just present. You're literally just grateful for what is exactly in front of you, the truth, not a hypothetical situation, someone judging you. You can't really change your walks, you have to do the same old walk again. Just make a point of noticing everything that's going on around you. I wouldn't encourage you to look at the people because obviously that's what's causing some anxiety for you. So just look at, the buildings and nature and the things that will 100% not judge you. If you're enjoying this video so far, please, can you give me a little subscribe? Maybe leave me a little comment. Okay, so do you find yourself sitting alone at home a lot, contemplating leaving the house, overthinking it all, worrying about what you're gonna wear or where you're gonna go? You're not alone with this. I used to do this all the time. I was just really in my head about it. If you can be brave enough to put 2 feet out your front door, then you're already halfway there. Because it's the overthinking that is the most painful part. It's the anticipation. These days, I don't even let myself overthink things. I just usually plan the day before. I'll say, I'm gonna go to the coffee shop at 10 o'clock, or I'm gonna go for a walk at 4 o'clock. And I'm not gonna convince myself that staying in is better. And I'm not gonna avoid going out because it fills up my cup and it makes me feel amazing. That's the thing with me. I don't know if you're the same, but my cup is massively filled up when I go out and interact with nature and I move my body and I see other humans, not necessarily even talk to other humans, but just seeing other people living their lives fills me with energy and inspiration, and then I can come back and maybe work and be productive or just feel better in myself. It's a really important thing for me. It really energizes me, and you might be the same. So getting out of the house might be so critical for your mental health. So actually getting out can be the hardest bit, but the most important bit. The more you go out, the easier it will get. Like with anything, once something becomes a part of your routine, you kind of just do it automatically, like you're on airplane mode, and you don't overthink it. Overthinking things is usually what takes the fun out of things. So once you stop overthinking being out alone in public and doing your thing and reading your book in the park, once that becomes a part of your routine, you just won't overthink it, and you won't be looking out for people who may possibly be judging you. You will just be in your own world, and you'll be so immersed in your book, and you'll be happy because it will just feel normal. So please just be brave enough to venture outside in the first place. Okay, I've got some affirmations that are really useful. I'm never going to see this person again. If you start to worry about someone judging you because you were chilling on your own, remind yourself, I am never going to see this person again. Even if you do, you won't even really remember them. Another affirmation that's really useful, I am free to do whatever I want. You are free to exist in this world on your own with someone else, reading in a park, dancing in a field, whatever you want to do, you are free to do that. Who says that being alone in public is weird and it's wrong and you shouldn't do it? You are free to do whatever you want and exist however you want. You have to be really careful with overthinking things, as I said earlier in the video, but you also just have to gently question what's going on in your head. So if you've got a lot of negativity going on up here, that's kind of persuading you to stay in and not go out alone, I think you have to question that, and you have to be like, well, why? maybe it's not going to be so bad, and this could happen, and this would be really lovely. Maybe people would actually admire me for going out alone, and maybe people would think, oh, she's having such a wonderful time alone, look at her reading her book, what an angel. It's so easy to indulge the negative thoughts and to forget to put any effort into having positive thoughts and thinking about things from a nicer perspective. That's what, for some reason, that's so much harder to do. Maybe because that's just our bodies trying to protect us, just trying to list all the possible dangers. It's very easy for our minds to go straight to the worst case scenario. Reminding yourself that that's what your mind is doing is actually really important. I also do believe you attract what you give out. So if you are looking at lots of other people because you're worried they're judging you, they're going to start to notice that you're looking at them, and then they'll start looking at you, being like, why is she looking at me? And then you'll think, oh, yeah, they're judging me, look, they're staring. I often think people notice you if you notice them. Most people are too busy in their own little world to notice you, never mind judge you. I know it's really easy for me to say all these things, and it's really hard in the moment to kind of snap out of that fear of judgment. But I do believe that with kind of gentle attention and being brave, over time you will conquer that fear and you will enjoy your time out. Now, I know it can be particularly difficult when you go out and maybe you sit down in the park with a book and there's a big group of friends next to you, all socialising, having a good time. It's quite hard to not worry about them judging you because you're in the same environment but doing completely opposite things. They're all socialising and you're doing your own solo thing. So naturally, it's quite easy to be alarmed at the situation and to fear that they're going to judge you because you're not doing what they're doing. It's very easy to compare yourself. As humans, I think we jump to do that quite quickly. But I think doing a bit of role reversal and being like, well, if I was in their position, how would I be thinking? If I saw a girl alone in the park reading a book with my friends, would we bitch about her? Or would we actually be like, she seems really cool, I want to be friends with her? Honestly, whenever I see people doing their thing, vibing on their own in public, reading a book or doing a bit of work in a coffee shop on their own, I just think that's so cool. Like, I get the impression that you're quite self-assured. You know, I think being alone in public can be perceived as a really cool thing and a really attractive thing by certain people. By me, I think you're cool if you do that. The people that do judge you are just feeling insecure and jealous of you. You know, they want to be out in public alone, but they get too fearful of being judged and they just end up spending too much time with people and not embracing alone time, and they actually, you know, lack that kind of independence. So you've just got to feel sorry for those people and remember that majority of people would just think that you are a legend. Somebody who goes out alone and enjoys their time, to me, looks really attractive, and they look like they put a lot of time and effort into self-care. To me, that is just the most attractive thing, in a platonic way as well as in a romantic way. Someone who can go out in public alone or be at home alone and enjoy their time is someone who has done a lot of work to be in that place and has clearly got a lot to do and is passionate and has things to focus on when they're on their own. I just think it reflects really well of you if you can embrace being alone wherever. It's quite weird, we quite quickly jump to view ourselves from other people's perspective, but we don't know other people's perspective. We have no business trying to kind of guess how others are perceiving us. We can only perceive ourselves, and you've got that choice to perceive yourself in a positive, kinder way. So make that choice. Be yourself in this beautiful light. Just think, I'm being brave, I'm going out on my own, I'm making the most of my time, I'm putting all my energy into me right now, which is going to make me more confident, more interesting, and more independent. And isn't that brilliant? Okay, my last tip. Smile easy. I genuinely think smiling is the most healing thing. So why don't we do it more? I realise that smiling when you're out alone might feel a bit weird and silly. But you know, you do it when you're with other people. It's normal, it's natural for you to smile, so why wouldn't you do it on your own? If you see a baby being cute or a dog being silly, or you know, you just pass someone and they smile at you, just crack that smile, because it will honestly make you feel so good. Like, it's scientifically proven, you can look it up. I'll put something on the screen now. But you know, your brain does release endorphins when you smile. Make an effort to engage with people so you can be smiley. Make an effort to look at that dog that's running around and that's got the zoomies. Make an effort to look at him or her and smile. You can have fun when you're on your own too. You can smile when you're on your own. It's not weird. It's just a normal human emotion. So smile. Let everyone see those pearly whites. I honestly feel so much better when I interact with people as well. And I find if I'm smiling a lot and I'm kind of engaging with people by kind of just smiling at them or, looking over at their dog, I end up chatting to people. People want to chat to you if you're a smiley person because you come across as friendly. And I really welcome that when I'm on my walks because it just makes me feel safer and more connected to people and more positive, and it just enhances the experience when you have a good connection with a stranger. Even if it's just a couple of minutes, it really boosts my mood and my confidence and just makes the experience so much nicer. So yeah, just smile easily. I couldn't say that enough actually. I think that should just be a life goal, to just smile easy. Yeah, I hope that was somewhat useful. I do feel like I was a little bit jittery. I don't know what it is. I'm feeling a bit jittery today, so I'm sorry if that came across in the video. I also really enjoyed speaking to you, and I hope that came across as well as my jitteriness. I hope the jitteriness didn't come across. Please like, share, subscribe and comment. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a special day, evening, night, morning, whatever time it is that you're watching this. And I will see you next time with another video next week. You smile, I'll smile.